This is a special Art of Commerce, and I'm really excited about it because I get to turn the tables and interview Anish and talk about some of the really cool work Anish is doing. Why this is turning the tables is because this podcast was really born out of one-on-one conversations Anish and I had, because I used to have one-on-ones with everyone on the team. And so 2 years ago, we started having conversations. And so when we started, really, he was interviewing me and asking my take on certain things. Now, obviously, we do more interviews and case studies and all that. But I'm really excited because we could go back to our roots around interviewing. But I get to interview him and really about all the fascinating creative work he's doing. So to set it up, we've created an AI production studio called BombAI. And we use latest AI tools to generate creative that would, when I sat in the CMOC, would cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars for significantly less with all the great quality. And you'll still see some of this cut through this interview just so you can get a taste of the amazing stuff Anish does. But really, at the core of it, of this BombAI studio is Anish and really what he's been able to do.
The Art of Commerce is a podcast featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. Hosted by Anish, a data-obsessed creative director, and Jinx, a growth-obsessed CMO. Listen on for actionable insights for the modern marketer.
So we're going to get into that, but let's first start with, for those that don't know, how did you get into creative work?
Oh, so it's really scary when I was 3 years old. No, I'm kidding. It's a simple story, man. I went to advertising. I have a bachelor's degree in advertising. I did that because, I didn't want to be an engineer, which is what my dad wanted me to be. And very early on, I realized that I enjoy telling stories and I was good with words. So when one of my professors told me, hey, you can make money by writing stuff, I said, I want to do it. Writing evolved into filmmaking, and I went on to work with Netflix, make the movie trailers, shot a bunch of digital stuff for them. That was the start of the journey, so started writing clickbait for MTV back in 2014.
Yeah.
7 reasons why you should get a Gemini. 5 reasons why Leonardo DiCaprio is as a script.
Yeah.
All of that stuff,
Anish
right?
was basically BuzzFeed of India.
Yes, I was BuzzFeed, man, with pink nails. Yeah, that's how it started, evolved into social media content creation, evolved into filmmaking, trailers, teasers, right? And 2018, my life really took a turn when I discovered Casey Neistat, this YouTuber, while I was still making trailers and stuff, right? He is a YouTuber based in New York City. Guy really changed the game on YouTube in 2012 because he was a filmmaker, right? So he used to make films for Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the royalty, right?
Right.
Documentary non-fiction filmmaker. When YouTube came out, he started making films for that platform. Back when everyone was just, making day in my life and stuff. He started a daily vlog, and I said, if this guy with his camera can do that, what's stopping me? Right? That's how I started making digital YouTube films, and then I moved to New York, and then you know the story.
Yeah.
You hired me 2 years later, fresh out of college
brought him out
again.
to Colorado.
Yep, I came out to Colorado, and that was really the story. So it started with writing. But fun fact, now that I think about it, really, when I realized I was a creator was in school, puberty hit everyone at once, right? We were still teenagers.
Okay.
Boys in my class, they used to commission me to write poetry for their crushes.
Oh.
And I realized I can make some snack money doing that. And that was my first copywriting gig.
It's like Cyrano de Bergerac over here, writing all the love poems for everybody.
Exactly.
I love it.
That's how we started. But no, really,
That's great.
That's being a career trajectory.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So talk to me then, how did you, again, writing, filming, all kind of, for lack of a better term,
multimedia, storytelling,
but for lack of a better term, analog, even analog media, old school way to do it.
Yeah.
How did you find your way into this experimenting with AI?
Oh, good. This was rooted in a very real business problem. So I was telling you guys before, right? I was largely a creative guy. I've worked as a creative director, led large creative teams, designers, video editors, motion graphic artists, all of that. When Jinx reached out to me in 2022 to bring me onto his scheme, I was like, why do you want me to join your e-commerce scheme? Right? I hadn't done e-commerce. But he's like, hey, you know art direction, copywriting, and most of merchandising, which is just making sure when the customer comes to your website, it's a pleasant experience. Most of merchandising is art, copy, and code. I knew art and copy. I didn't need to know code. And that's how I joined the team.
Yeah.
When I first joined the team, Jinx, we were facing a problem which was extremely common for all teams.
Mhm.
Our creative pipelines were backed up, okay? Because, just to get one hero image, you will need 4 weeks to turn that around. And why is that the case? Because I had a creative background, I could understand why that problem existed in the first place. And let me tell you guys about it. As a designer, you have to go to a stock image library to get that right base image, right? Finding that right image takes you an hour. Then you download that image. Then you have to make sure that image is on brand, which involves graphic design, retouching, all of that good stuff. That's another 6 to 8 hours. Boom, right? Once you've done that, you need to spend bajillion hours to create bajillion variations of it.
Yeah.
And that's why you have those 4 weeks of pipeline, right? That's one way to get an image back in that day. Another one was commission a custom photo shoot. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, get a photographer, get a studio, get some talent, and do that. The turning point really was I come to office a few weeks before college football, like football season. And I'm doing the exact same thing which our customers are doing. I'm window shopping on all my competitors' websites, right? Because the screaming customer ain't loyal. We are customer obsessed. We're trying to solve real problems.
Yeah.
In doing that, I realized that one of our direct competitors was using the same stock image on their website. And the creative guy in me is freaking out.
Yeah.
The brand equity guy in me is like, this is not right. And I understand why this is happening, right?
Yeah.
I get the challenges. Everyone is pulling from the same stock image libraries. That's when generative AI was popping up on our social media feeds.
Yeah.
Midjourney was really becoming a big thing. I said, can I solve this problem using AI?
Yeah.
I gave it a few shots. I showed it to Jinx. His mind was blown. My mind was blown. And we figured out, hey, this can help us bypass this very real challenge with speed, accuracy, quality, and price.
Yeah.
Right? So to a CMO, this was going to be efficient on the money, efficient on the man hours, and really help you preserve that brand equity.
And differentiated. Yeah. Yeah.
That was my first brush with AI, and you were right there. We did it together.
That's great, man. So that's really awesome. And then everything you just described is static images, right?
Yes.
So how did you make the leap to video, and what was that like?
Experimentation, baby.
Yeah.
So when we were working on Sling together, our gut was telling us, hey, we are a TV service. We should have more video on the website, right? Video is hard to get because you have to either spend a lot of time and money in downloading stock images, stock videos, and editing them together, right? So that's the time cost.
Yeah.
Or you have to pay your programming partners for IP, right? Which is another monetary cost. And there's all permissions around it. We experimented with whatever video we had, and we found out when we use video on our landing pages, activation rates, conversion rates go up by 30%. Right? So, business need.
Yeah.
Tech enablement, customer problem, right?
Yeah.
We were solving all of that, like Jinx says, guys, right? Very clearly, we were able to establish we need video, right? Now, you can't get video because IP, because it's time intensive.
Yeah.
Where does my mind go? Because we have had a successful pilot with Gemini.
Yeah.
Gemini, right? And that was the first brush again. The thought experiment was all of filmmaking is really good script, good shot breakdown, and good shots. And then you edit it all together, right? If I had a great shot, can I animate it to create a good video? And that was really the first exploration.
Got it.
Right?
Got it.
So yeah, we built a landing page for the national finals rodeo, turned it around in like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And God told me, hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
We can animate high quality skills.
Right.
And suddenly, if you keep doing that, if you keep layering high quality shots one after the other, you get a film.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how it happened.
Wow. So that's great. And I think it's a great segue into like your creative process and how you think about it, because, we hear a lot, that when someone says AI, then everyone starts talking about prompts, right? Like, what's the prompt? Like, can I use that prompt? Can I leverage the prompt?
What prompt did he use for this,
what
man?
prompt did he write? Yeah. He's like, oh man, I want that prompt. Like, as if that's the holy grail. But so like when I say that to you, like, what's your reaction? And can you just take everyone through your creative process?
For sure.
I think it'd be helpful.
I mean, hey, I always say prompts are not your problem. It's not a prompting problem. It's a vision problem. Do you know what shots do you want in your film, right? And that really goes back to the classical filmmaking approach. How do we make a film? It always begins with a story.
Mhm.
You gotta have a great story to tell. Then you take that story, you convert it into a screenplay. You take that screenplay, you convert it into a short breakdown. Then you take that short breakdown, and then you finally start prompting for video artworks. So prompts are really the number 4 step in the fourth step in the process. Would you ever start shooting a film on the set? You would never do that. Right? A film always begins at your desk when you're writing it out.
That's right.
And so that's the same process I follow. And in doing that, I've realized you create such great high quality stories that ultimately we are all moved by stories because spectacles fade away.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, like we've said in this podcast multiple times, the AI is the enabler.
AI is the
It's
enabler.
not the replacement.
Yeah.
You have to sit.
You still gotta have a great command on your craft.
Yeah.
You gotta know how to make films.
Right.
And with AI, suddenly you don't need to spend hundreds and thousands on getting a studio, getting your camera, getting a bunch of lenses. You just prompt your way into it.
Right. But it all starts with that storytelling, and understanding what's going to move the audience to the desired effect. If you want to sell a product, what's
Correct.
that? What's the brief? If you want to make someone cry and be emotional in the movie and tell a story, what's that? So yeah, that's really powerful. I love that analogy of like, you would never start a film by just showing up to the set.
Oh.
So then why in the world would you think that AI filmmaking would be just writing a prompt? Like,
And yes, learning how to prompt is important, but I would say, forget prompting, man.
Yeah.
Read Story by Robert McKee.
Yeah.
Learn how to write a screenplay. You know, watch amazing cinema. Learn how to make a film, and then the prompts will just follow.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. So just again, we're talking about our thing, BombAI, but I want to make sure this is relevant to everyone. So talk to the audience really about what tools are in your stack, and what, as these guys are getting started, what are the things they should be looking for? What are the kind of tools they should be playing with?
Hey, always remember, and we've spoken about this so many times, Shinks, these AI tools are just a solution for a problem, right? So you got to figure out what problem it is that you're trying to solve for. If it is high quality creative shorts skills, I love Midjourney, right? But at the same time, Google just came out with Nano Banana last week, right?
Yep.
ChatGPT does a great job. So I would say, figure out the problem you're trying to solve. What is the process that I just spoke about? You need a story, then you need a screenplay, you need a short breakdown, then you need a video generator to animate those shorts, and then you need an editing program. For story, I use ChatGPT or Gemini. Right? I give it briefs like, hey, you are a creative director. You work at WPP. You are David Ogilvy. How will you tackle this problem? Give me a big idea.
Yeah.
I'm following the same advertising brainstorming process that I learned 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Because the process doesn't change.
Right.
It's just extremely accelerated with AI now. So for story, I use ChatGPT and Gemini. For screenplay, I use ChatGPT and Gemini. Great for those tasks. For short breakdown, ChatGPT and Gemini. Because it's taking my screenplay and breaking them down into shorts. But then, when I need to find actual references, I go to this website called filmgrab.com.
Filmgrab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Filmgrab is a collection of just, great shorts from great films and
Got
ads.
it.
And you can just immediately filter by genre, by lighting, by camera references, and then you get a certain look for your film.
Got it.
Right?
Gives
So
you your
get
lookbook, your comp
the
kind of thing.
lookbook,
Yeah,
right? The mood board of sorts,
yeah.
right?
Gotcha.
Once you get that mood board, then you gotta reverse engineer that and create your base skill charts. How do you do that? Nano Banana, Gemini, kick-ass. Midjourney, such a good model, right? Or ChatGPT, kinda sorta weak. So, story, screenplay, mood board, short breakdown. Now you gotta animate those shorts. The best tool on the market. Actually, the technology is changing so fast. If you asked me this last week, I would have said the best tool on the market right now is Google VO3.
Yeah.
Last week, I experimented with Kling AI, which is a Chinese AI generation model.
Yeah.
Fantastic stuff.
Wow.
So Kling AI for image to video. And image to video is really what gives you that polished aesthetic, which is away from AI slop. Right?
Yeah.
For that. And then you got to have your basic video editing software. So iMovie, Premiere Pro, CapCut, Instagram. Use whatever you can to splice your clips together. Work on your craft, know how to edit your film, and that's really the workflow.
Unbelievable. So just clip that, save that. I mean, he just gave you thousands of dollars of knowledge just in one sitting just now. So that's unbelievable.
The amount of money I spend on AI tools every month is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Don't check his credit card statement. But it's okay. So you have we started creative. We know how that goes. It's not just about the prompt. We talked about the tools because the tools are important, like we said, even though it's, like Anish always says, it's not about the tools. It's about the person enabling the tools and the craft.
And the problem you're trying to solve.
But so just, for those that are listening, like that want to experience this aha moment, like what was it for you that unlocked? Like what's an example of something where it unlocked using these tools, using your craft, unlocked something you were never able to do before?
I made a film which would have cost me like $800,000 and like 6 months of work in 28 hours. So Runway ML, another kick-ass tool. So Runway is one of the pack-breaking image generation AI, video generation AI tools. Runway has actually tied up with Lionsgate Studios.
Okay.
So they can make films in Hollywood using Gen AI.
Oh, wow.
So they're at the cutting edge of this.
Wow.
Every 3 months, you guys should check this out. Runway has a competition called Gen 48. So you have 48 hours to make a film.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I participated in that. And I followed the same process that I talked to you about. And the output at the end of it, and I couldn't even do it for the whole 48 hours because I was busy doing other stuff, right?
He had to work, you know what I mean?
You gotta make things like these. Gotta make put another episode of the Art of Commerce out. But in 28 hours, I was able to make a film which wasn't the best ever, but it was the best Gen AI video that I made. And I said, if I can do this in 28 hours, imagine what I can do with a team and in 3 weeks, right? And that's just fascinating. That was the big aha moment. It was inspired by the taxi driver. It was set in a dark, rainy city about a guy who's out, vengeful guy seeking revenge, and just really dark story.
Yeah.
A lot of gore and violence, which again, I was pushing a lot of boundaries there. But that's what fascinated me.
That's awesome.
A lot is possible, and I'm not even doing a fraction of what's possible.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to show the clips on top of this, but then we'll have the links to the YouTube channel. You guys got to see this. I mean, so that pivots. So a little bit, and this is our shameless plug a little bit. So bear with me, but I'm very proud of it, and mainly proud of Anish and all the work he's done. So I saw some of the work that Anish did, and that's when we said, "Hey, we're going to start this BombAI Studios because we know there's a need." But rather than me talk about like what's the need you see in the marketplace for this kind of technology and what we are creating?
Because great question. There's two needs that I see us solving for in this market now. What is BombAI? BombAI is broadcast quality AI videos for companies. Okay, we are trying to zero in on the TV commercial space and why is that? Because Jinx and I, art and commerce, it's art and commerce, so great team. We come from this marketing background, right? Jinx is used to signing big checks to create kick-ass creative, right? I'm used to working on big ideas for these TV commercials, and what we realized is it takes a lot of time and money to bring these video commercials to life. So if we can create a commercial that would have costed $500,000 at a fraction of that price, at a fraction of that time, there's opportunity there. There's opportunity for big brands who are spending that much money to reduce their spend and do a lot more of this. Why? So you can create localized versions and experiment and A/B test and personalize at scale. Because suddenly you don't have to spend $500,000 on just one video. Right? You save a bunch of money that you're spending on one video.
Right.
You really hone in on your experimentation and personalization tasks and get some great learnings out of it. Right? So it's accessibility of video for those big brands to do it at scale. But it's also the other way around. If you're a smaller brand and you don't have a $500,000 budget to go on TV, suddenly if we can do it for a fraction of the price, you don't need that much amount of money to create a TV commercial.
Yeah.
You can reinvest that money or, you get a kick-ass high-quality creator and bring your story to life.
Yeah.
And those are real problems that we're trying to solve for.
Yeah, no, I think that's right. And I mean, when you look at, CTV inventory and the dropping of the CPM, so the costing on that perspective has almost never been as affordable as it is now to serve this video, and the targeting and the addressability in those channels is so much higher. That's not even to talk about, hey, look, even in social feeds, the more content, the better. And so you actually want to pump that machine and full of content. Like you're exactly right. If you can create high quality, personalize version videos at scale. I mean,
And
that's
faster.
right?
Right.
That's at cost, the lower cost, faster. And that helps big brands, that helps small brands, and everyone in between.
It almost sounds too good to be true, but we're doing it.
It's I mean, it's amazing. Well, you're seeing some of the images pop up in this podcast if you're watching it, and that's all what we're building. And so it's really fascinating. So for you, like, where do you see AI creative going in the next 12 to 24 months? Like, we know where we are today, and we often talk about a lot about, well, when do you reach the saturation point? You've got guys on Fiverr that can do this for a couple thousand. You've got, your old school production houses that are still doing it the way we always did it. But like, so we're in this interesting place between high quality and speed to market, et cetera. But where does it go from here?
So that's a loaded question. Let's unpack that. The first question is, there's a variety of providers in the marketplace right now. Right? On one end, you've got freelancers on Fiverr. On the other end, you've got traditional advertising agencies who are not using AI, and that costs about $500,000 to $1 million to produce one spot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can also do it all by yourself, because AI subscriptions only cost a couple $100.
Yeah.
Right? But would you rather get a high quality creative done by someone who's experienced in their craft, or would you rather spend that time doing it yourself and learning it? That's on you.
Yeah.
And we've spoken about this before, Jinx. When all of these tools become accessible to everyone, the taste is what will really stand out. Right? So it's the quality of your craft that will stand out.
Yeah.
And that only comes when you work on your craft. So not to say that the freelancers of Fiverr are doing a bad job. No, you gotta use horses for courses.
Right.
If you just need a hero banger, you're gonna need to work with us.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna need to work with a filmmaker.
That's right.
You wouldn't commission a filmmaker to make a motion graphic for your website.
That's right.
Right. So, but if you want to get on TV, if you wanna create ads which can grab eyeballs, give you pyrotechnics, give you huge landscape which weren't possible without the use of VFX or big budgets, come to us, right? And that's the problem we're trying to solve for.
Yeah, got it. So where does it go from there, though? So like, in the
where
next,
does it go from there?
Like, so where next 12, 24 months, like, what do you see?
A couple fronts. One thing I see for sure happening is a greater adoption of this technology. Right now, we are seeing a lot of people who are gun shy, who are fascinated by this, who just don't know enough to take the first leap.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see adoption at a greater scale.
Right.
And that will be enabled by better compliance and better legal education around this, right? So that's just the operational piece right there. Better adoption because of better understanding and legal education around it. But really where this is going is, earlier we used to design from one and serve to millions, right? One creator for millions of people. I see this going as one ad for one person or one segment of your customer target group, right? So you might be seeing an ad playing on your screens right now. This is one of the first spec ads we made for NFL because it's football season, right? If we are localizing this ad to the New York market, my opening scene is going to be not with a Chiefs guy.
Yeah.
It's going to be with a New York Giants guy or a Jets guy. Right? And we are really honing in on the actors, swapping actors out, costumes out, locations out, based on your customer interest.
Right.
Based on the location you're based in, and really all the attributes that we can gather from your CDP.
Right.
Why does CDP even come in this picture? Anish, you're making films. Because Jinx and I, that's our pedigree. Right? We are used to looking at, you guys having to customer attributes behind each profile. How do you tailor a creative just for this guy?
Yeah.
We couldn't do that before because video was expensive. Now that video is becoming cheaper, and you've got people who understand how to use technology to personalize to that, there's going to be a lot more people creating personalized videos at scale.
Yeah.
That's the holy grail we've been chasing for the last decade. It's coming to life.
That's right. Wow. Yeah, no, using data.
Lot to unpack there, but that's where it's going.
The moral of the story is, where it's going is today, you're basically replacing the traditional film kind of production process. But tomorrow, it's really, how do you plug in your data set to then really customize, personalize, and target all of these high quality pieces of content to the right audience? And then how do you create a feedback loop that you understand performance to then continue to keep that cycle going? So and
it has to optimize all the things, like right from your story to your screenplay to the shorts.
That's right. No, it's amazing. Okay. Well, this is awesome, man. And like I said, I'm just so proud to of all the great work you do and the great work we do together. And I love turning the tables on you. So there's one last question for the folks again, because I want it to be really relevant to the people trying to be like you and make really high quality, great creative. Because we here feel like what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? We don't hide things or house things. We don't do it on the Art of Commerce podcast. We don't do it with BombAI. So all that being said is, what advice would you give some young creatives that are looking to start experimenting with AI? What's the advice? What's the sage wisdom from Anish?
3 words. Get after it. What's stopping you?
I love it.
There's free trials for almost every tool out there. Just pick a lane. You want to make images, you want to make songs, you want to make films. Get after it. Just type in a few prompts, see where it takes you.
That's awesome. I love that. Hey, you know, that's my favorite line. Get after it.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. If you're more interested in learning about AI creative production and what you can learn from Anish, reach out to Anish. He is an open book and a fantastic collaborator. If you're interested in learning more about what BombAI does and upping your level on creative production, we'll talk. But very least, keep listening to The Art of Commerce. We'll be back with more case studies and more interviews. But I just thought it was so important to talk to Anish about this great work he's doing. So hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in a future episode.
Yeah. See you guys. Bye-bye.
This is The Art of Commerce, featuring conversations on creativity and conversions. If you found value in today's episode, follow the show, leave a review, and stay tuned for more insights for the minds reshaping modern marketing.